school teacher in Portland. So thank you very much, Bob.
National Transportation Safety. He was seated next to the panel when it came off, leaving a hole at the plane in the plane at 16,000 feet, 10 minutes after takeoff from Portland. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Thank goodness it's Friday, TGIF, and y'all go home and have a good day.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrels.
And it is a Monday morning. And, we got a kind of a red sky looking out there. So red sky in the morning, sailor take warm. And that's about going to be the case here tomorrow, especially.
Yes.
Today is not good. Tomorrow's awful.
Tomorrow under a storm warning.
Yes, we are.
Starting tomorrow
for the
afternoon.
ocean, for the
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got some big butted waves out there. We'll be creating a problem tomorrow. So, and today's not looking really good, but if you stay inshore and want to go fishing, you can do that today. But tomorrow, no. Just go down to town and buy some fishing gear, supplies, get ready for better weather. It's coming.
Come on down to Tideline, bring your cup of coffee, sit and chat with everyone.
There you go.
Yes.
So anyway, how was your weekend? Of all the way up there and all the way back?
in one day. Yeah.
One day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Friday, you were back home.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Left Friday and got there Friday. Traffic was ridiculous as usual.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I have so many idiot drivers over the weekend. I'm like, really? Come
Mhm.
on. I need a blue light again.
Yeah. It was just sad.
Yeah.
Interstate 40 was the joy it always is.
No.
Yeah.
No. And then you got to go back again.
This weekend. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm. I know.
But anyway, that's like maybe the final trip for a while.
For a little while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be good for you.
Yeah.
Lee, what'd you do this weekend besides?
Well, I did a lot of that.
Mhm.
Had some campaign meetings I had to attend. But I met my granddaughter's boyfriend this week, and she brought him to the house.
Did he survive?
He finally got the courage to come meet me. He'd heard stories, but has renewed my faith in the younger generation.
Oh, good.
What and
So-
just wonderful young man. Wonderful.
So your granddaughter has taught him a few things, you think?
Well, I think he's teaching her. After all,
Okay.
she is great. Renewed my faith in the youth of America. This young man is
Excellent.
he's so polite, so thoughtful, so caring. He really cares for my granddaughter, which was a good thing. But we had a long conversation. We talked about world events, and the young man is just very, very intelligent.
So you didn't need the backhoe after all.
No, he said, I've heard the stories. He said, frankly, I was really kind of scared, but no, we hit it right off. He's
good.
my new favorite now.
Yeah, excellent.
Rayford, I just noticed you took that chair out of here, put a desk
Yes.
over there.
Doesn't it look
That's a
good?
table.
Oh, that's a table? Okay.
That's a dining room
Yeah, but
table.
the chair is gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Just- I know. Well, I
Yeah.
did once or twice, but yeah, and
Now you-
Shockwave did.
Now
but
you got the whole futon over here.
yeah.
yes.
I just noticed
You can
it.
lay down, take a
It
nap.
looks really good. I like it. It really
I know, it
opened
looks
up the
good.
room.
Yeah.
And it's easier to write on the board now, too.
I agree with that.
Robbie's moved her office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw it a couple of weeks ago when I was over here, and she showed me where she
Where
was.
is she going to do it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Well,
looking good then.
It's done.
Oh, good.
It's done.
Good. Good.
Hence hurts.
Yeah.
That she did not want to take that desk apart in two
Mhm.
pieces, so we moved it intact.
Oh my gosh! And you got it through the
Oh.
doors okay, or did you have to twist
The
and
doors
turn?
are fine.
Okay.
No problem.
My doors are all banged up in my house.
The
I've got to
chair was
repaint them
a
all.
little bit more of a challenge going through two doors. Not one door, only one door. It was a problem going through, but the table came through okay.
Great. It's a job.
It is a job. I would not be a house mover. I would not be anybody that did anything like that for a living.
No, I did
My
a little
days
bit of
are
that
over.
this weekend. I'm going to tell you, I give props to those people.
Moving it, because I'm not doing it again.
Oh, no moving. Not going to move. Not
I've
going to
been
move.
where I'm at for over 20 years now, and I like it.
I would burn it first.
I say, if you want to move me, you're going to do it yourself. Just tell me when to come home. So,
Anyway, I got me a load of wood yesterday.
yes, you did.
Here.
We'll see. It is January.
Oh.
January and February is our roughest months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're talking mid-January. A lot of cold coming down.
Uh-huh.
And with El Nino now continuously.
Yeah, that little booger.
Yes.
So anyway, looks like the Biden administration may have intervened in a nonpartisan science review, supposedly.
Yeah.
Manufacturing a paper trail in support of its environmental justice efforts targeting a major chemical plant. In testimony late last year, Michael Morton, who serves as the Environmental Protection Agency's science liaison to the EPA Office of Research and Development, boy, that's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Admitted that he did not author a key July 2021 email sent from his email address. That scientific review of health risk associated with chloroprene emissions, which are at the center of an ongoing federal lawsuit and vast economic implications. He didn't even write it. Email address.
That doesn't surprise me.
I didn't say that, he said. For that part, I did not. I don't know that. So I don't know who wrote it. But they use his address.
That is something I would not even be admitting. I'd bypass that whole thing.
It's about a particular company that Biden went shut down. Now, he did this in 2021 in July. He had only been in office for 5 months at that time. 5 months. And he hit the ground running. I don't know who's behind doing all this stuff, but it's obviously not Joe Biden. He does not have the mental capacity to do it. He did not then. He does not today. I don't think he did 40 years ago.
You know, it makes me wonder how his day starts every morning.
Mirror, mirror
Get up,
on the
Joe.
wall.
It's time for
Who the
breakfast.
hell am I today?
It's time for breakfast, Joe. We have your Cheerios ready.
I just
Just makes me wonder.
it's pretty discouraging.
Oh, well, let's just hope it's not another 4 years. I don't believe he'll make it another 4
He
years.
cannot. There's just no way. Who is an actress, Cindy Morgan? Did you ever hear of
She's in
her?
Caddyshack.
Okay. Oh, I'd never heard of her.
I love that movie.
Well,
It's
she
one of my
died.
favorite movie. I know.
69 years old.
Yeah.
Wow, that's young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got coming up today, we think, we're pretty sure,
Oh, we're positive.
we're positive, at a little after 8 o'clock.
Our North Carolina commissioner.
He's going to be joining us because he's going to scare the bejesus out of us.
Well, if he didn't, we will.
Yeah,
Because
well,
there's a hot mess brewing, folks.
There is a hot mess brewing.
And I will go ahead and say the commissioner on it.
Good. It's
Mhm.
about time.
It's going to take everybody to
Heard
get
this
on
all
it, too.
weekend. Yes. And I
And-
didn't know anything about till her, and it will scare everybody, and I'm angry.
I've got to introduce this gentleman that we got on the line right now. Now as my doctor, Dr. Tim Thomas.
Oh,
Good morning, Doc. How are you?
I'm fine. I wasn't calling about that. But I am glad you're well.
Well, I'm good, and because I've got some
Well, you can.
backstory on it. The other day, you told me you
Yeah.
gave me some initials, DMSO, because it's for arthritis. But so I'm perfect for that. It just it does me well. And for the first time in I don't know how many months, or maybe a couple, 3 years, my feet do not hurt.
wow.
What is this magic? Whatever.
It's illegal.
Oh,
Well, let's just
then
tell
let's
the
not talk
world.
about it then. Yeah.
It's much more better that way, right, Tim?
Yeah, if it's illegal, it tastes better. Liquor whiskey like that. If this eagle gets thanks, man.
Okay. Anyway, it's something that's made. It's made for donkeys and horses and I don't know what else.
Well, there
For-
you go.
Any animal.
Any animal suffering from
Any animal.
arthritis for that.
Hmm.
But years ago, the FDA said, no, we will not approve that for use on humans.
Why? I'm curious.
Well, they didn't say why. But what we do know is the pharmaceutical industry was involved in that decision because the pharmaceutical industry was getting very rich and it continues to get very rich
Don't you know it?
because they prescribe pain medication. You've got all these pain management places around here. Everywhere's got them. And they prescribe opioids for this stuff. Some of us don't like opioids. We don't take them. We suffer with the pain instead. I have to.
And you can get it in human form. You can get it FDA approved, but you remember how much I told you that one little tube cost?
Yes.
And Medicare will not pay for it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, tell them how much it was. Yeah.
I forgot how much it was. It was
What?
it's,
$2,400.
yeah, it's sticker shot. This is $21.95 for a big bottle.
Wow. Wow.
Same ingredient. I mean, it's just, and I'll give you a little hint. This veterinarian friend I had, he's gone. He's passed on. But he used to, when he was a veterinarian, you got people running around here on low income, and they couldn't afford high-priced medicine.
Yep.
And so they would come to him, and he would cross-reference it. And it's not even to them.
Mhm.
But they could get the same type of medicine, pennies on the dollar. And he did that for people because he knew they couldn't afford that one little tube of that stuff. That if a doctor prescribed it to you, it's $2,400 a tube, and it's a small tube.
Yeah. Oh, I got a bigger than a small tube for $21.95.
Right. It works. It's just like we came out with the human part for that. Cost 3 times more. Got a different name. But it's the same implication.
Well, the Beagle,
Same medication.
yeah, the Beagle oil does not work for arthritis. This stuff does.
None. No.
The Beagle oil works for joint pains
Yeah,
that are not
I
arthritic types.
I use it. I use it on my knuckles, and it works.
Mhm.
I mean,
It does.
You can perform surgery on yourself. You can perform surgery on your own animal.
Yep.
It is not illegal to, but it's called, if you do it, if I did it, say, Kelly, you call me, so I need you to say, that's illegal. It's called practicing medicine without a license.
Yep.
But if my dog got hurt and got a cut, I could sit there and sew it up myself.
Yep.
So it's nothing.
Well, it's just like I told you. I've got a treble hook, fish hook, stuck in my knee,
Yeah, I've
At
heard
sea.
lots of stories.
and I had to take it out. I mean, I was
Yeah.
just there was no way I could wait to get to a doctor. I
Did
was
you-
offshore.
Did you cut it out?
No, I pushed it through the other side.
I've heard lots of stories of
You know,
Fishermen doing
you
that,
gotta,
yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Well, I understand that, but
Well, yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people out here that trust these people to put a Band-Aid on
Well,
my
I
stuffed
agree.
animal.
I certainly agree with
So-
you.
so-
I totally agree with you on
Well,
that.
you
but
can do it yourself.
But these people,
by what the law.
these people don't need to be doing it to their own pets because
No.
they have no capability at all.
No, they don't, and they shouldn't. But it's like me. I've been working with animals all my life. I worked under veterinarians, and I've picked up what they taught me, and I can perform. I won't do it on yours. I will not do it on yours. I have done first aid on animals, but I had permission from the vet, and I had permission from the owner. And that's the only way I could legally do it. And I rendered first aid. I wouldn't go in there and do stuff that a vet is supposed to do. But I could help out until the vet gets there. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
kind of like an EMT showing up, picking you up.
Yeah.
They can only do so much. But I'm just, and I know, and it's bad to say that people should not be working on animals, but I'm just going through the legality of it. I mean, I have a whole lot of, yeah, I agree with you, Kelly. Probably shouldn't have said that. But you can get medication to help you because doctors, a lot of these doctors nowadays want you to naturally heal. And I told Rayford this the other day. I said, we don't have time to stay out 3-4 weeks with the flu. We got to go to work. So you need to medicate us and get us back to work as soon as you can because we got to earn a living.
Yep.
And then you got them, oh, your health is more important than work. Oh, I understand totally. But if you can get by and get well in 2 weeks instead of 4 or 5, what do you need? What do you want to do? People don't want to give out penicillin anymore. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. Oh, we want you to naturally heal. Folks, my era age group, we didn't have it that way. You went to the doctor, they bend you over, give you a shot.
They did.
And, well,
Got one.
You're going to get well in a few days.
Ouch.
I did.
was thinking about it.
But yeah, I'm just saying, it's a complicated situation. There's a lot of idiots in this world. We need to open up casual schools again. I mean, it was shut down. There's some people that need to be somewhere. I agree. I see them out here on the highway.
I do too. Saw them
Y'all
yesterday.
do too. Y'all get a taste of what I see every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's pitiful. But yeah, I mean, I won't sit there and publicize it to the whole world. But, you know, Rayford's a friend of mine. If he's got a problem, if I can help him, I'll help him. I'll tell him. And I don't do it. I just told him, here's what I do.
Yep. And I done it.
And that's what you do. And you did it, and it helped because nobody's going to, he could go on to the doctor, and they could have prescribed him that too
No.
for $2,400.
I went to the doctor and they would not prescribe me anything except pills for pain.
You're
And that's
lucky
not
you
the
got
answer.
that.
That's not the, yeah, I'm really impressed you got.
Well, it was,
They've cut pain pills out.
yeah, well,
Yes.
this was 2 years ago, 3 years
Oh,
ago,
okay. Yeah.
3 years ago now.
I mean, where you used to get a prescription for like 30, now you get like what, 7 or
I
something?
don't know. I didn't feel it. I didn't want it.
Well, because that's not the answer.
No.
A pain pill is
That's the
absolutely not-
disguise. That's
yeah.
all it is. It's a mask.
Yeah, a pain pill is not the answer.
Depending on what the pain is, because sometimes you
I'm not-
have to take a pain pill to help with the pain in order to heal.
Yeah,
Well, I
but the
understand
problem
that,
is,
but-
things for chronic things, though, they don't give you something to actually take the pain away or an actual diagnosis.
Just hide it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where the pain pill doesn't work at all.
That's when you get addicted
Well,
to
That's
it.
where addiction occurs. Yeah.
I'm scared of narcotics, and the reason, and I'm not scared of much in this world, but narcotics scared the living tar out of me because I've seen people go from wealthy to flat dead broke because they got hooked on pain. When they give them more, they went underground,
Yeah.
and they lost everything they had. And then I don't want a kid like that.
Nope.
I'm hooked on snuff now. That's enough. You know?
Enough snuff.
I have nicotine. I have my stuff, and that's me. It's mine. I'm not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But I like it. I'm not going to sit there and flaunting around everybody. I drink, but when I drink, I don't go out to drink. I do all my drinking at home. If I take a drink of liquor or I drink a beer, I'm at the house.
Good place.
And if I'm
No
not
place
at
like
the
home.
house, if I'm out somewhere drink and I drink whiskey or whatever, I got somebody driving me home because I like my commercial driver's
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
and it makes you have a whole new sense on life. I got a responsibility to the people out here on life.
Yeah.
Some people
But
don't.
that's the whole way it is.
Yeah.
Look, Rayford, I'm glad you done it, but I'm glad you told the story. And what you're saying is true. The pharmaceutical companies, they will hide stuff from people that can get well. I mean, by the government, how crooked people are. The guy that invented the carburetor that a car could run off water.
What?
You remember that?
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
You remember that, right?
I do remember it.
Yeah. He got it, and he said, or it disappeared. He disappeared.
Well, the one of the car manufacturers bought it up.
Yeah.
And it was never going to be revealed.
No,
Huh.
but he could put water in his vehicle and burn it. And all he did, he was separating the oxygen and the hydrogen, and
That's
he was
it.
burning, and he was and vapor was coming out of his exhaust pipe.
Yeah.
Going back
He was
into the
burning
air.
hydrogen, basically.
Yeah, that's what he was burning. They know. But the government, government to me is crooked. They've always been crooked. They always will be crooked.
Yep.
And it's, and I'm
agree.
not talking about it just our county government who think that they are protecting us.
What? Our county government?
No, not our
I
county
didn't
government.
say that. I said not our county government.
Oh, okay, good.
Not- not
I
the-
did
not
not
on the
hear
local
that.
level.
Not.
I hired them. No, I would not.
You wouldn't.
No, I
So
mean, I
what?
think most of our county commissioners are doing a good job, and I defend them sometimes. Somebody will say something, and I say, "No, you're not true on that. You didn't see the whole story. You got here's the whole story."
Right.
And you got the, and I get on my daughter about that all the time. She, well, yes, this crowd of teenagers pulled up in this guy's yard and he shot him.
What?
No.
That's what the whole story, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just want to say, but no, what I was called about was saying Biden probably eats Fruity Pebbles with 2% milk. That's why that's what I called.
Oh, my.
goodness.
But no, man. I mean, I am sorry, kid. I didn't mean to make you upset. Over
No,
it,
I'm not
but
upset. I
it's
just know there's a
God's
bunch of
truth.
people that will kill their animals trying to fool with them
Mm-hmm.
because I have
You're right.
seen them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I've doctored I doctor my own horses. I very seldom have to call a veterinarian. I doctor them myself. I don't go doctor somebody else's. I tell them what they can do.
Hmm.
But first thing I tell them is call a veterinarian.
Yeah.
I said that's what I tell them that. Call your vet.
That's
Well, I
what we
can't
do.
get up with them. We'll call another one. And because if I need one, I got three.
The emergency vet, too.
Exactly.
Sure.
Now they won't come out on the horse part.
No.
But yeah, if you've got a dog or a cat or a small animal, you're there, sir.
There you go.
But y'all be good. I just
All
want
right.
to get off here. I got
Bye,
to
Tim.
pull
Thank you,
up
sir.
today, but yeah, that's the reason I called you about the Fruity Pebbles.
All right.
Fruity Pebbles.
take-
I will see y'all.
Take care. Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 11:20 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back with weather.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Prescription only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, first sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about dermatologist prescribed biologic and psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take unpleasant tasks off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family that I love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years. Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates. Oh, shoppers, take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down home, down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Hey, make sure words and earn 1 point for every $1 spent. Family pack T-bone steaks, $9.99 a pound. Boneless chuck roast, just $4.99 a pound. 2-pound bag bright leaf hot dogs, $7.99. Whole Boston bucks a pound. Sirloin, $5.99 a pound. Western style pork ribs, just $2.59 a pound. Jumbo pack fryer drumsticks or thighs, $1.19 a pound. What a steal! You can always find certified Sanderson Farm chicken at the Pig. 2-pound bag seedless mandarins, just $3.99 a bag. 1 pint sweet blueberries, just $3.99. Tart California lemons, 49 cents each. Crisp green cabbage, 1-pound bag sweet baby carrots, $1.49. California navel oranges, 59 cents each. Zucchini or yellow squash, $1.99 a pound. And 3 6-packs half-liter Coke or Sprite, just $11. That's your local operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down home, down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
You know, winter fishing, according to a lot of folks out there, that's the best fishing you can have. I've done a lot in the past, and I had a blast. No need the shallows right now. And before you go, be sure to check your tackle box. Check it out to make sure you have the right lure with local fishing guides. Those guides, many of them shop at Tideline Marine, and they tell George and the team there what lures work for them. George, of course, makes sure to keep a good supply of what the guides want, and he orders extra for like you and me. If you have an inboard-outboard Mercruiser, by the way, and you have not winterized it, you better be doing something about it and do it fast. Otherwise, by these January or February, and a little water in that tank and that motor, you're going to be getting a new block. It's going to cost you about anywhere from $7,000 to $15,000 to replace it. You're going back with a job. Pick up the antifreeze at Tideline. If you're not comfortable doing it yourself, drop your boat off at Tideline. Tideline Marine and Family open Tuesday through Friday, 8:30 until 5, and Saturday, 8:30 until 2. The banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. High pressure briefly builds back over the region today. It's looking good out there right now, followed by a very strong cold front, which will impact the area Tuesday and Tuesday. Behind this system, though, high pressure will build back into the area through the end of the week. We have a storm warning in effect from Tuesday afternoon through late Tuesday night. Today, offshore, northerly winds with gusts to 25 knots, becoming northeasterly 10 to 15 in the afternoon. 2 to 4 foot seas, dominant period 5 seconds. That means the inlets are going to be pretty choppy. Sounds and rivers are choppy, diminishing to a moderate chop this afternoon and Tuesday. Southeasterly winds 25 to 35 knots with gusts up to 40 knots, becoming southerly 30 to 40 knots with gusts to 55 knots. That's about 62, 63 miles per hour in the afternoon tomorrow. Seas 7 to 10 feet. Those are the little ones. Building to 11 to 16 feet in the afternoon. Near shore seas 5 to 7, building to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers increasing to extremely rough in the afternoon tomorrow. Stay home or go to Tideline and buy some new lures or something. Wednesday, westerly winds 25 to 35, diminishing to 15 to 20, seas 10 to 15 feet. subsiding to 5 to 8 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers very rough, diminishing to choppy. It's just not going to be pretty.
Today, sunny, high of 52. The winds are going to pick up to between 6 to 10 miles an hour. However, the gusts start today with gusts as high as 15 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 38. Tomorrow, bad day. Very bad. Showers and thunderstorms. Some of the storms could produce very heavy rain. A high of 65 tomorrow. With it says breezy. I'm laughing about that. And then gusts to 25 miles an hour. But wind also as high as 44 miles an hour tomorrow.
That's on land.
Yes, on land, not on the ocean. Tomorrow night, showers and thunderstorms. And then once again, heavy rainfall. Winds as high as 47 miles an hour tomorrow night. 100% chance of rain. With tomorrow night, we're expecting over 2 inches, and that's not in the daytime. Wednesday, sunny, high of 53 and still gusty. Now, on my phone, I got a wind advisory for tomorrow, 10 in the morning till 10 at night for Jones, Northern Craven, and inland Onslow counties. And it's saying it could be very gusty winds, tree limbs down. They want people to urge caution when driving, especially if operating a high profile with all your outdoor objects. The wind's going to be a big problem tomorrow.
Yes.
But not only that, I also got an alert here on my phone. Need to be careful because we are at a very high risk for overnight tornadoes. Tonight.
Yes, you're talking about highs tomorrow, like 65 degrees or something.
Right. Yeah.
When that weather changes and you get something like that, there is a risk of those twisters.
I'm looking at the graphic now. We're under the red, and for those that don't know, this is Winter Finn. That's his name. His name. It's Finn.
Bless his heart.
Like Huck Finn.
I understand.
So Winter Storm Finn could produce, and we're in the red. Actually, our whole area is in the red for actual tornadoes.
We're in.
Yeah.
If it was, we would have snow.
Yes.
Yes. And that's exactly what El Nino is going to bring us. If we just happen to get a cold front drop down before this winter is over.
It's messy.
God, I got a supply of wood.
Yes, you're good. I'm good. I have plenty of gas.
I hope I do. I
Propane.
I'm pretty sure I do. I won't, there's no, and that's what's terrible about having gas logs. There's no like little, little indicator. Gauge. So I'm going on the hope that I have enough gas in my gas logs.
Well,
we'll find out. I'll either will or I won't.
Yeah, I may call my gas supplier since we put in a.
Yeah, we need to call Jerry.
Jerry. I may have him come out, top me off, just in case.
See, my mom has a gas line to her house, so it's perpetual.
Yeah, I wish we had those.
Okay, no, I don't.
I don't want that.
Well, here's why. Propane heats hotter. It burns hotter than natural gas burns.
Yeah.
You use more natural gas to get to the same temperature.
Yeah, Mom has
I don't
gas.
hardly ever use it anyway.
But it's only for her logs. She don't have any other gas.
Well,
lines
she's
or
probably
anything.
okay.
Yeah, but still.
It's a lot more expensive and it doesn't burn nearly as hot.
I just don't want my house blowing up. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with my little propane
we've seen
tank.
that happen.
I've got to be
cook on gas stoves.
Oh, I do.
I love cooking on gas. I wish mine was
Mm-mm.
gas.
I got one water heater that's one of those on-demand water heaters.
Yes.
That's propane. I've got the stove that's propane. Now I have one of the HCs is a gas pack, which means that during the wintertime it uses gas to heat with, and it is so much more comfortable.
I just
in
have
since the
fear.
other one went out.
When I lived in California, a friend of mine's house blew up. Nope.
From a gas line.
Yeah, well, they had gas.
They had natural gas.
They had natural gas.
Yes.
Yes.
Those
for the
things,
stove and
those
everything.
things you depend upon everybody else, including construction people. How many gas lines have you heard get ruptured?
Well, theirs did, and it blew their house to smithereens. So from that point on, every time, and I had a gas stove, I hated it. So I was panicked every time I would turn that thing on. Not me.
My gas stove.
Cooking on a gas stove.
It cooks evenly and it cooks fast.
Much
and when you
better.
turn it off, it's off.
Nope.
Yes. I agree
I'm
with you,
okay.
Rayford. I just prefer gas to cook on a gas
So do
stove.
I do not.
More and more people are moving to North Carolina. That's the good news and maybe the
Great.
bad news
Y'all might want to move out when you
from
talk
other
about
states.
today.
In fact, the Tar Heel State had the fourth largest percentage of growth, greater than 46 other states last year. South Carolina, Texas, and Florida were slightly higher percent. Almost 140,000 people moved into the state in 2023, bringing the population up to 10.8 million. Along with the domestic migration, 29,000 people from abroad
Wow.
moved to Carolina last year.
North Carolina's a great place to live.
Now, coming up in about 20 minutes or so,
Might want to change your mind about that.
there's a threat.
It's a huge threat,
There's
a big deal
there's
threat.
a huge threat facing us.
Mhm.
In the insurance rates are going to increase. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to increase some. There is a threat that some of y'all living on the beach
Pay double.
could pay
Mhm.
twice as much,
Up to 90%.
99.9%.
Right.
Yep.
That's double what
That
you're
is totally
currently paying.
double.
Well, we had a rate increase back in 2020 where they were asking for like 24%, and the commissioner was able to deal with. They're asking now are just tremendous.
For right here in this
higher.
house, it's what, 40+%.
Yes, right
increase.
where we live right here in Smith, looking at 43%.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And I took my insurance policy and I judged it based on like $2,000 a year. I think I pay a little bit more than that. And I multiply that by 3%, and we're talking over $800 more a year for me to have insurance.
But this also affects your car property tax as well. It's not just your house.
Car insurance.
Car
Yeah.
insurance,
Yeah.
well, your car insurance is property taxes too. So
No, when I pay my property tax, you have to pay property tax to get your little tag.
right.
And it affects that too.
Yep.
Or boat or whatever you're
Yep.
declaring as property.
Now, the rate bureau also are the ones that request increases on your automobile insurance too. But right now, this is primarily having to do with your homeowner's insurance, and just us living right here in Jacksonville, they're requesting a 43%. increase. If you live in places like Hubert, Sneeze Ferry, North Topsail, they're looking at 71.4% is what they're requesting there
Or
as
North,
an increase.
Or North Topsail is 99%.
No.
Who can
Well, the
afford
town
that?
is on the beach itself. It's 99%, but the town of North Topsail, along with Sneeze Ferry, Holly Ridge, they're looking at
The
71.4%.
town of North Topsail is all on the beach.
But if you look it up and look up the zip codes that they have listed right here, North Topsail sections of that do come under the 71.4%. But if you move on to the beach itself, that's where it's 99%.
Well, it's all on the beach, technically. Bridge.
If you were to draw a straight line from here through the woods right to the ocean, we're not that far from the ocean. We're
No, we're
what,
not.
8 miles?
No,
Yeah,
it's,
you know,
it's more than that.
8, 10 miles. I'm basing it on insurance.
Mhm.
Because
Why-
I remember when doing it, you have your zoning, and if you were to draw a straight line across, you'd be surprised how close we're considered beach.
Well, this whole thing is BS,
Yes.
and it has caught the attention of the
He's
commission.
going to be on joining us at about 8 o'clock
Yeah,
this
the
morning.
North Carolina Insurance Commissioner, because I contacted him yesterday and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So he's going to explain to us how all this works. We put a post on there last night that also shows you how you can comment on this. And there's a live comment section. There is a in-person meeting where you can go, because they have to put all this before the people. But there's various ways that you can, and I think people need to take notice.
Yep.
Will they get that much?
No.
Probably not, but
Hope not.
still.
Well, you don't know. People do wacky, crazy things.
It'll be a fight.
We know that after
it better be a
Florence-
fight.
We get started a class action suit against them.
I
I'm
agree.
telling you, everybody needs to get on this and make your voices be heard. Because back in after Florence had hit,
Oh yeah.
back in about 2020, 2022, 3 major insurance companies pull out of North Carolina.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are forced to go look for a new company because of the hits they took on the claims from Florence.
What
and
do we
the previous
expect to have?
hurricanes.
What is
But that's
insurance
what,
for?
that's what insurance is for
That's
people's
true, but
pockets.
any insurance that you have, whether it's motor vehicle, whether it's homeowners, once you make a claim on it,
Yes,
you're done for.
But that's not
It's crazy.
But then why have insurance?
that's the point.
I mean, are we trying to
Okay.
get some CEO's bank account?
The
Or
best-
some guy that owns the
Well,
insurance
see, these
agency or
insurance
whatever?
companies they're going to make a lot of money off of this because for every policy you sell, you get money back
I
on it.
know
You
they
get a
do.
commission.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is if we could, sure, in other words, if we put money into the bank, as much
Mhm.
money as we're paying the insurance companies, we could be taking care of our own problems
I
if
agree.
we ever had the problem,
I
and we would
agree.
gain interest
Well,
on that
there's
money in
pros
the
and
bank.
cons to having insurance. I mean, like
Yeah.
your house burnt down, at least insurance to rebuild it. But at these rates, it's hard on people like us.
Your house
to
better
make
not
these
burn down
payments.
during a storm unless you have wind and hail insurance.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna throw some tree limbs through the windows or something.
Well, bring those tree limbs to me. I can burn them.
can
You're
have
live in
them
local Real
afterwards.
Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Rick Dees right here. Join me weekdays from 10 till 3 p.m. on Daily East, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, ushers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. We're part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always edited for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy of the latest publication online.
Great Gas and Oil Company. And of course, Wismart and Chappie's Chicken, located at 4111 Gum Branch Road, right here in Jacksonville. And 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert, has all you need when it comes to convenient cold beverages and a great selection for quick pickup essentials. Enjoy fresh, not frozen, delicious meals at Chappie's Chicken, located inside Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert. So if you're at gas, ice cold beverages, convenience store items, and delicious, fresh, not frozen, Chappie's Chicken at Wismart, 4111 Gum Branch Road, Jacksonville, and 633 Sandridge Road, Hubert.
Outfitters of Hubert looks forward to serving you throughout the new year with all your sporting arm needs and personal safety. Located at 111 Second Amendment Lane in Hubert between Jacksonville and Swansboro, Flatwoods Outfitters is Onslow County's oldest sporting and firearm. Flatwoods Outfitters has a long gun or pistol in stock to fit your need, whether for hunting or personal safety. Take advantage of their outdoor shooting range to practice or to learn how to safely operate your firearm, which Flatwoods highly recommends. At Flatwoods, sight your scope to be sure of perfect accuracy to Baghdad Trophy. They carry all the major brand names of long guns, shotguns, and pistols, as well as ammunition. If you are interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and constitution.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back, and we're discussing off mic here. And general consensus, they did not deserve what they got in 2024, and it was, as you pointed out, in 2020. It was only a couple months before the election,
Right.
and now it's going to go into effect again a couple months before the election.
You have your political PACs. You have your insurance lobbyists.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people who play into this.
Yep, absolutely. So anyway, whatever. What a mess. What a pile of mess.
I just don't need a rate increase like that. I don't want a rate increase at all. I think I'm paying enough. I've
There's no
never had a
reason
claim
to
in
have
my
one.
life.
Nope.
Never had a claim in my life. I would like to hear what the insurance companies are saying about it.
Well, we had to get a new roof on our other house
Right.
after Florence. But, that's been paying for years and years and years and not one claim.
Right, I've never had a claim. And you know,
Years.
when I do things to improve the property, like take down a tree that's encroaching on the house,
Mhm.
when I put on a metal roof that I
They
don't
should
have
give
to,
you a rate
you would
decrease.
think I should get a decrease. I put
Yeah,
in
that
a
doesn't work.
new water tank that is very state of the art.
A water tank?
Where are those?
No.
I mean, you should notify your insurance company and let them know when you do things like that, so they can make a note of it. How about a discount
That would be good.
for trying to do the right thing and be a good homeowner?
Well, we will know in about a month what's going to happen.
Right.
The U.S. Supreme Court's gearing up to hear a bunch of other states as well who are just waiting to kick his butt off. The justices said they will hear the case on an expedited basis on February 8th. Petitioners' briefs must be filed no later than the 18th of this month. Respondents' briefs must be filed no later than the 31st of this month. The High Court will decide if the interpretation of the wording of the Fourth Amendment should disqualify Trump from running because he has been accused but not convicted of insurrection because of the events stemming from January 6, 2021, while he was president. Depending on that decision, a number of other states will either pursue the same process of disqualifying Trump or abandon their plans altogether. Okay, the amendment was adopted right after the Civil War, 1868. Section 3 of that amendment states that no person shall be a senator, representative in Congress, or elector of president and vice president, or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state who have previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States shall have engaged in insurrection rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. That is, by the way, one sentence.
Yes.
What happened to run-off sentences? My God.
To follow what you just said.
But Congress may, by vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. In other words, if the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate should vote with a 66 and 2/3% majority to remove that from Donald Trump, then this would go away anyway. I don't think the Republicans have a 2/3 majority in either house.
No, they're coming out right now supporting him. Look, Steve Scalise just
Yes,
gave
he
him an
did.
endorsement. I'm like, wow.
But how many of them would vote to?
It's gonna be
I
interesting.
would, even if I didn't like him, simply because I don't think it's up to this amendment. I think it's up to the people who should be personally. If he's found guilty of insurrection, different story,
Yes, that is a very different story.
a completely different story. If he's
Yes.
found guilty of any crime, including insurrection,
Because if this goes through, I mean, once again, you're setting a dangerous precedent because then you can accuse anybody of anything.
I could accuse Donald
yeah,
Joe Biden of insurrection right now for his actions, taking all the stuff out of Afghanistan. I could accuse him of that.
or insurrection by letting everybody across the border. You could try that argument too.
Absolutely.
But if you're going to use,
That's a valid one, by the way.
if you're going to use accusing versus convicted, that is set. This is going to work both ways.
Yes, it is. We will never get to the end of this.
Mm-mm.
Never, ever. Who better?
Oh,
You're
wow.
live at local Real Talk Freedom 97.1. 11:20 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior paint. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Painting, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint and maintain, power wash, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Humphrey Air Conditioning, your trusted local care indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. With locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way. It's the new Trenton Volunteer Fire Department EMS Annual Farm Equipment and General Auction, Jones County Fairground, Trenton. Come to buy. Saturday, January 13th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. Bring your items to sell Thursday, January 11th, and Friday, January 12th, and God, there will be farm equipment, including tractors, plows, harvesters, combines, trailers, and sprayers, trucks, dump, grain, and pickup trucks, miscellaneous items such as cars, boats, campers, tools, furniture, a flea market with household items, toys, antiques, about everything, even bulldozers and backhoes. Booth rentals are available, and there will be a homemade bake sale. Country cooked barbecue and chicken place will be available. There will be 7 auctioneers and over 5,000 people in attendance. The Freedom 97.3 AM crew will be broadcasted live. That's me, your buddy Hollywood, 11 to 1. For more information, contact Brock Motor Company, 252-448-2161. After 6 p.m., call 252-448-4160. 252-448-4441. Be a part of the fun and excitement of the 51st Annual Trenton Volunteer Fire Department and EMS Annual Farm Equipment and General Auction, Saturday, January 13th, beginning at 8:30 a.m.
Freedom 9.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, we had a caller there, but it would not connect. Chris, I think it was you. Give us a call back, 910-333-0139. The chat, you got a couple of minutes here before we have to go into the Fox News break. This is something that kind of got my attention, and as a retired reporter from yesteryear, I'm really ticked about it, as did a whole bunch of other reporters all across the country. Okay, I think we got Chris back now. We'll pick up that story after the news break. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Mike, how's everybody this week?
We're hanging in there. Thank you.
Well, for the first day of the week, glad to hear that. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. Just not many of us own our own homes, but North Carolina insurance does not require you to have home insurance, but your lenders do.
Yep.
Most lenders do. Oh, okay. So if you don't have your own home and you're paid off and you want to take your chances with danger, go ahead. I think these rate adjustments are not going to pass. Might cause it is a little too smart for that. I do have a question though, and Lee's very good at knowing who's on these committees up in the state. Who makes up the commission? Lee, do you know?
You're talking about the insurance commission? Well,
I'm sure it's not Mike.
You have the commissioner, right, of insurance. He heads up all
but
that.
He hires his staff.
Right. He hires a staff. Right. And you have staff members. He'll explain that when he calls in a few minutes. But it's a North Carolina, which you have to be wary of because that's composed of people representing insurance companies. They're an independent agency. They're not a state agency. And man, we're going to have to suffer through this every 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
The hearing is on January 22nd from 10 to 4:30. And it's the Jim Long Hearing Room is on Salisbury Street in
Yes.
Raleigh. That's where the hearing is going to take place on the 22nd.
So there's a public comment forum that you can do, a virtual public comment forum that will be held simultaneously with the in-person forum. And there's a link. We've got it on our Facebook page in a story we posted it last night. And you can submit written public comments to the address that's listed too. So I urge everyone, this is going to affect everybody. I urge everyone to at least write a comment, send it up.
Agree with all of you. Yeah, and there's one thing, and I'm not sure, I'm not positive about this. I know with your vehicles, like I own all my vehicles, I still have to pay taxes.
Well,
on
that's
all my
us
vehicles.
required by law. Yeah. Yes.
Homeowners insurance is not required. Vehicle insurance.
Only
is
if your
required.
house is paid for, that's your decision. But if you've got it mortgaged, mortgage companies require that you have insurance.
Now, for your car, you do not have to have it paid for. There's only one insurance you're required to have.
Liability.
Yeah, but we have to pay our property taxes on those.
Property tax
I
has
think
to be
they call it
paid.
the state road. What is that? State road tax, I think, or something.
Oh, so there's a property tax, but if you sell your vehicle, you buy another vehicle, you have to pay a road use tax when you get your tags. You don't have to pay that once, though.
It's called living in America.
Okay. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one. All right, let's take a break and we'll come back and we might have Jack on the phone when we get back here, Jack Bright, or we definitely will have my Causey calling after 8 o'clock. So hang in there for that. You're live in local Real Talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Fox News is now.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. A door plug that blew out of an Alaska airline jet at 16,000 feet Friday is found in an Oregon teacher's backyard.
Thank you, Bob. Bob, I will not give you Bob's last name, but contacted us at witness@ntsb.gov.
National Transportation Safety Board Chair Jennifer Homendy says that Boeing 737 had been banned from long flights over water because of past pressurization warning lights. Secretary of State Blinken in the meetings about preventing Israel's war with Hamas terrorists in Gaza from spreading.
Antony Blinken with strong words for some Israeli politicians who want Palestinians removed from Gaza after the fighting ends.
These statements are irresponsible. They're inflammatory.
Secretary Blinken is in Saudi Arabia today. He'll visit Israel later this week.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Israel's defense forces say they've dismantled the Hamas military framework in northern Gaza. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Okay, we're back. And, we're expecting Insurance Commissioner, North Carolina Insurance Commissioner Mike Causey to call in here. So hang in there for that. What I started to say earlier, there was a kind of a big surprise. And for reporters, they got ticked off from all of the networks. Friday, neither President Biden nor the National Security Council nor the citizens of these United States knew until last Friday afternoon that Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin had been in the hospital since New York, just in the hospital, in the intensive care unit at the hospital. What in the world? Nobody knew about it. You can just imagine how irate the reporters from all networks, you can just imagine just how ticked off that they were when they learned about it Friday afternoon. And even a day after a news conference at the Pentagon, when not nary one word was mentioned about say. In response, the Pentagon said later it was a medical matter and was not public. I'm sorry. As any number of reporters responded with so much for public transparency from the Pentagon and from this administration. The Secretary of Defense is not a regular person with a private life. Someone at that level who is vital to the defense of this country loses all respect, as does the Pentagon. When this happens in this case, how can reporters or the rest of us coming out of the Pentagon these days? Anything they say, I would take it with a grain of salt. I would not believe them. Good morning, Jack. How are you?
Good morning, folks. I calling in about the insurance possibility of the proposal, and I just wanted to, as a previous county commissioner, I wanted to let the listeners know what an impact would be for an increase like being proposed. Back a few years back, the Bear Creek Fire Department had a problem, and they lost their certification. So their ISO rating was at that time a 5, and when they lost their rating, if the county hadn't have stepped in and helped them take over the fire department, the rating would have been an ISO 10, which would have basically doubled the insurance.
Yep.
And just in the Bear Creek Fire District, if that had gone through, that would have cost the people just in that one district $4 million of increase.
Wow.
Based on replacement costs set by the insurance companies. Insurance companies, if you remember, I talked to Mike when he was on the show a few weeks back, and I asked him about why the rate for replacement, and your insurance on replacement of your house, no matter what you think your house is worth, the insurance company sets that value you're on the value. So that was several years ago, and I don't know what the insurance rates were back during that period of time, but I know they've gone up since then, the insurance rates. But and I like the idea about, and I do that myself, except for my homeowner's policy. But the wind and hail policy, if you have a mortgage on your house, you have no option.
You have no
to pay
option.
it. And
There you go.
And your insurance and your house payment actually goes up, because if you don't go secure, the finance company will get that for you, and then they'll tag that
charge
on
you.
to your bill.
There you go.
And we've got a lot of people that's retired that's living in those waterfront. I know that's a risk, and I know that's a lot of exposure for the insurance companies. But those folks that's on those fixed incomes, they won't be able to, and if they've got their home, they won't be able to pay those absorbent rates.
Yeah, Jack, I know you've ridden on the beaches, and I know you see all the for sale signs down there too. And some of the reasons for that, and my sister-in-law, she had to do exactly the same thing, because the rates kept going up because they were beachfront. And then, of course, insurance rates would go up, and then they were beachfront. So they sold. They had to, no choice but to sell out. So
exactly.
That's
and
the way it is.
Based on where the location is of your home.
Absolutely.
The location. And if you take your house, Rayford, I don't know what your house is appraised at, and it don't really matter. But if you take that, it would cost to build your house now. You pay, let's say your house is, let's say you pay $300,000 to build a house like you have where you live at. But if you build that same home on the beach,
pretty much.
Value.
That would
and
be.
You have to pay your insurance based on that value.
There you go. Hey, Jack, we do have Commissioner Causey on the other line here, so you want to hang around a little bit and listen in? You're welcome to do so.
I'm going to listen in, but I'm going to let the folks going to call in to have questions about it. But I think those rate increases is absolutely ridiculous.
I think we pretty much all agree with that. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Former County Commission Chairman Jack Bright. Michael Causey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Mike. Commissioner Causey, insurance commissioner for the great state of North Carolina. And boy, you are under fire right now. You're going to have to get something done, aren't you?
I tell you what, I got a really good news present from the Rate Bureau the other day. when they sent this rate filing in, I said, "Wow, that's a way to get it."
The low end, 43% or something like that for us right here.
Right.
And on the beaches, up to pretty much double, almost 100% increase.
Yeah, just about 100%. But I do want to clear a couple of things up. I received a lot of emails since this went public the other day, and the misconception that some people have is it's already been approved, and that's not the case at all. This is just a rate filing that is filed by the North Carolina Rate Bureau. The North Carolina Rate Bureau was created and it represents the insurance companies that write business in North Carolina, and it is a totally separate entity from the Department of Insurance.
Right.
So what they're going to do if they want to raise rates is to submit this proposal to the Commissioner of Insurance, and that's what we're dealing with now. But I've had people send me emails that said, "Why did you do this?" And it's not me. It's not my filing. It's the insurance companies making their request through the North Carolina Rate Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
And this filing is all over the board because they say it averages 42% statewide. And like you said, Rayford, it goes from a low of maybe 4%, and some of the mountain can 100%, and some of the southeastern coastal counties.
So you're telling me I need to move to the mountains?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I'm not saying that at all. Well, I really think we're looking at it at the Department of Insurance, but this is certainly something that the General Assembly needs to tackle too. Work with, they have in the past, with the beach plan and the fair plan that they created, but that we've got legislators right now spending time on studying automobile insurance, and the facility. Not the problem. The problem in North Carolina is the homeowners, the availability of homeowners, and the high cost of homeowners and wind and hail in certain areas.
House is paid for, of course, and but I do not have wind and hail. That is the amount that I pay for insurance for everything else is one thing. Wind and hail quadruple the amount that I'm paying for insurance. That is a problem. And, well, you know where I live. It's quite a ways inland from the ocean. But yes, wind and hail could create, I guess. It hasn't.
Well,
the 65 years or so this house has been here.
Well, you might
It's
want
still
it.
there.
It's
And it's still here. It's been through a bunch of hurricanes.
Mhm.
Well, if people read that announcement, we are having a public hearing, a public forum for people to come in person, or we'll do a virtual simultaneously, and that's 2 weeks from today. That's January 22nd in Raleigh at the Jim Long Hearing Room in the Albemarle building, our former building, and you can mail me comments directly, and any comments that I receive or the Department of Insurance receives over the next 2 weeks will be sent to the North Carolina Rate Bureau representing the company. So it is. I think it's important for people to comment. I heard Jack's comments, and I will tell you that over the years that I've been commissioner since 2017, and have received tens of thousands of comments from the public, and not one time, not once, has any homeowner ever sent me a message to say, please help us to raise my insurance rates. They're all saying basically the same thing, that these are tough times. Inflation is killing us. We've got high taxes, high inflation, going through the roof, and now the insurance industry is wanting to
Bleed us.
considerably increase what we pay. So I understand what people are saying, and we've got to do this and figure out a way to attract more insurance companies willing to write homeowners and different types of coverage.
Yeah, from other, there, so many people have pulled out of North Carolina. What, the first 3 insurance agents and companies?
Lighthouse, GeoVera, and Heritage, I believe.
What can we do to get those people to write policies in this state?
Well, I would say, as people know, you've got your Marine veteran Representative George Cleveland. He always is working hard to help the people in Onslow, and I think this, letting the state legislators hear your concerns, as well as send the Department of Insurance and me as commissioner any like to have posted. And Florida had a terrible time. They still having a terrible time. Their insurance is many times what it costs here in North Carolina.
Sure.
But the legislature took some action, and the governor took some action, and they're actually getting more companies to come back to Florida and help write coverage. So, when it comes to automobile insurance, there's only 5. We're the 5th lowest in the nation as far as average automobile insurance rates.
Good.
There's only 4 states that are lower than North Carolina: Maine, Vermont, and the only one close to our size is Ohio. But and we do really well in homeowners compared to the states around, and the other, we're the lowest in the Southeast. But that's no consolation when people can't afford to pay the premium.
Yeah.
I talked to a man at church yesterday. He's got a house in Virginia that he's been paying $1,200 a year for homeowners, and he just got his bill, and it went up to $1,700. So
wow,
that's a pretty sizable increase.
Ridiculous.
We need to figure out how to hold down the homeowners insurance rates as low as possible, and still
definitely
allow the insurance companies to stay healthy and solvent.
Yeah, definitely.
Alexis Lee, what is your email?
Hey,
You're
Lee.
saying that, you're saying that people could email you?
It's my name is Mike.Causey, CAUSEY, at ncdo.gov.
Got it.
ncdoi.gov. Or
Got
they
it.
can send an email to commissioner@ncdoi.gov. Either one of those emails will get right to.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
got
I'll
it.
put-
Put that out there.
yes.
And I'll
And-
definitely
and
send
they-
you one too.
Thank you. I'll be sure to let people know if anybody wants to come to Raleigh, or just get on the computer and join us. That's January 22nd, 2 weeks from the day.
Okay.
It'll be almost all day from 10:30 in the morning
Wow.
to 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. That should be interesting.
And people sometimes have problems with getting a claim paid. And if you've got any of your listeners that are having difficulties getting claims paid, whether it's health insurance, automobile insurance claims, or homeowners, give us a call. We've got a website, ncdoi.gov. We've got a toll-free number, and we have people on the phones Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 to take your calls and help you get those claims paid.
Okay, good. Thank you for what you're doing. Now, let me ask you a political question. The last time there was such a significant rate increase request from the Rate Bureau was in 2020, right? Just a couple of months before the election.
That's right.
And this one would go into effect August of this year.
Yeah.
Just
That's
before
what
the
they
election?
want.
Just before the
Correct.
election.
Huh.
I wonder why.
Huh. Who out there hates you is all I want to know. And the rate bureau.
Well, it's not only that. You know, I had to battle with the legislature on a couple of issues,
Oh.
and one, when they wanted to, for no reason, they wanted to mess with the Office of State Fire Marshal, and this is something that's worked very well for and for 80 years, the elected insurance commissioner has served as the state fire marshal.
Well,
Somebody in the legislature thought, well, let's have a new position created. And
More money.
I told him at the time, I said, you know, you've got to realize that whatever the fire department's ISO, Insurance Service Organization rating is, that affects our homeowners in that fire district. And if you start messing with the OSFM and this fire marshal thing, you're going to see homeowners rates skyrocket. And lo and behold, bill passed. It was Senate Bill 409 that just took all the power of the insurance commissioner away and gave it to a non-elected person, a state fire marshal that's mainly appointed, approved by the legislature. And that just took effect January 1st. And here we have I'm not saying that's the only reason, but it all ties together when you look at how the fire departments affect what people pay for insurance as far as their class rating, engineering codes, all of these things are sort of intertwined with insurance. And we certainly need the legislature to take a hard look at how we do these things in North Carolina and revisit this state fire marshal. Let's see if we can get it where it would be most beneficial to the people and the fire departments like it has been.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't broken, I can't understand why they wanted to put a fix on it. That boggled the mind. Just confused me.
Well, it's really concerning to me how that you've got these rating areas. If you look at that rate filing, they have 29 different territories, and you all are in what's called territory 120, 120, and so they say for the beach areas of Brunswick, Carteret, New Hanover, Onslow, and Pender, they want to, you might as well say 100%, but they're requesting a 99.4% increase. And then for Territory 140, that's the other coastal areas of Brunswick, Carteret, New Hanover, Onslow, and Pender. They even list zip codes. They've got zip codes 28403 through 28412, and then they've got about a dozen other zip codes from 28422 all the way up to 28589. And on those, I think it's about a 70%.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you've got like Duke and Lenore counties is a 190 territory. They're looking at a 71% request.
Duplin and Lenore?
Layton and Robinson counties 56%. So and Chatham and Orange 25, so over the board.
And then if you have a house right on the beach itself, they're looking at 99% increase.
Well, you know, was this rate bureau having
99.4.
Was this rate bureau having a drunken party when you set this stuff up?
I don't know.
They were at the convention.
Well, I'm limited in my comments because I do have to referee on this when we hear it. But I will be in discussions with the Rate Bureau over the next few weeks, and I will I'll go ahead and schedule a hearing as we're required to do, but I'm sure they'll want to talk to me, see if we can work something out.
Yeah, just say no.
Explain to me what the justification is for doing this.
Well, I think you could say the main justification is the inflation. And I'll tell you that Washington's not done us any favors with their policies creating the inflation. It's getting a little bit better for repairs and triple for groceries. And if you take these houses that people have insured for $200,000 or $300,000, and you find out how much those houses is going to be $500,000
or more.
So, right. So that is, but still, you've got to look at the cost per thousand for the coverage, and so we're just going to look at all angles, and we'll have the best actuaries and the best insurance brains out there to try to come to a reasonable solution.
Well, I think also too, though, I mean, I don't buy the argument of inflation. And I mean, I know that might be what they're using, but if you start pulling the bottom line of all these insurance companies of how much money they brought in last year, tell me again how that justifies the average, citizen, especially around here, who may be lower income. I will fight their argument over inflation. If I go to these insurance companies and start looking up how much money made, I'm going to dare them to argue inflation.
Right. Well, you say, well, that didn't slow down anybody's big bonus or
correct.
There you go.
Some of these salary packages. So what we look at is the whole. There's thousands of pages there, and they do have to have justification. They have to show the premium dollars they bring in, the dollars they're paying, and I certainly would look at everything we can, but they will. I just can't, like I said, just say no. I only have two choices. I can either say yes or no. That's the only two choices that the state law gives me, and I will say that every rate request has come before me since I've been in this job in January 2017. I've always said no. We've scheduled a hearing date, and we have ended up with some pretty favorable settlements to the consumers. So we'll know how this is going to go, but I do encourage people to weigh in and give their comments so their voice will be heard. And your voice is heard, Lee.
Yes, sir, I will.
Give it over to the rate bureau.
Will you be at that public forum that on January 22nd?
I will be there.
Okay. Thank you.
I keep an open door policy. So if somebody's got an issue, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't get a phone call or email from somebody that either has a complaint about something, a suggestion, or needs help with some sort of insurance claim. So we're here to help, and I look at my job as a consumer advocate, and I'm on your side, trying to do the best we can to keep that fair and reasonable.
Well, we do appreciate what you're doing.
That,
We
yes.
really do. And it's important to have good people in high places looking out for our best interest.
Well, thank you all for what you do, and I want to thank Jack for listening. I heard him say he was going to be listening.
Oh, he's listening. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes, sir. Thank
All right.
you.
Let's take a break here live and local talk, Free 7.1, 11:20 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back with weather.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When it's your done, finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011 B Bridges Street, Morehead City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 726-7158.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1700 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's paper and print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. For an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online is included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to check out our latest publication online.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You have Friday till closing. You can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11 and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
You know, it is wintertime, and a lot of people, believe it or not, like to fish during wintertime. The fishing bite is on for trout and redfish, and the White Oak and New Rivers is a great place to be. The backwaters and creeks have a lot of speckled trout right now in the shallows. And before you go, be sure to check your tackle box to make sure that you have the right lures that are hot with local fishing guides. Those guides, many of them shop at Tideline Marine right here in Jayville, and they tell George and the team what lures work. Gotta have lures that work for them. Otherwise, their customers won't keep coming back. George, of course, makes sure to keep a good supply of what the guides want, and he orders extra for people like you and me. If you have an inboard, outboard Mercruiser engine, you have not winterized it, you might want to give it some serious thought. When the weather gets really cold down into the teens and the lower 20s and stays that way for days on end, never getting above 30, 35 degrees, you're likely going to wish you had taken the advice of the Tideline team. If you're going to tackle the job yourself, you know, one of those DIYers, stop in and pick up some antifreeze at Tideline for boats and recreational vehicles. If you're not comfortable doing it yourself, drop your boat off at Tideline. Tideline Marine and Family open Tuesday through Fridays, 8:30 until 5, and Saturday, 8:30 until 2, 159 Old Bridge Street of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Storm warnings, warning. Remember that guy that used to do that little robot? Warning. Well, I'm going to give it to you now. Storm warning is in effect from tomorrow afternoon through late tomorrow night. Northerly winds today, 15 to 20 knots with gusts to 25. This is going to be the calm day. Northeasterly 10 to 15 this afternoon. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers choppy, diminishing to a moderate chop this afternoon. And
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 52.
I didn't finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you just stopped like you were done.
And then
He was taking a deep breath.
Tuesday,
Jeez. You're unreal.
southeasterly winds 25 to 35 with knots tomorrow, becoming southerly 30 to 40 with gusts of 55 knots in the afternoon. 7 to 10 foot seas, building to 11 to 16 near shore, seas 5 to 7, building to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers very rough, increasing to extremely rough in the afternoon. Wednesday, winds out of the west at 25 to 35 knots, diminishing to 15 to 20, seas 10 to 15 feet. Subsiding sounds and rivers remaining very rough, diminishing to choppy later on Wednesday. The first part of this week is looking bad offshore. Now I'm finished.
You're done? You sure?
Okay, I can do it again if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to try this again for 9. Today, mostly sunny, a high of 52, with winds beginning to gust today, with gusts today, which seemed like baby gusts, as high as 15 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 38. No gusts yet at night. I just love it when it's going day and not at night. Tomorrow, rain, showers, and thunderstorms. Some of the storms could produce very heavy rainfall. It says breezy. I laugh at that. With winds 20 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon. That's good. And with gusts tomorrow as high as 44 miles an hour. Tomorrow night, we're under a thunderstorm watch warning, showers with heavy rain again. Low of 46. The winds 40 to 28 miles an hour, and winds could gust tomorrow night as high as 47 miles an hour. Then on Wednesday, things attempt to calm down a little bit. Sunny, high of 53. Gust 51.
Rayford was getting ready to interrupt you.
I know he was.
No, I was just going to sigh with the winds. I mean, you know,
The wind is a big deal.
it's a big deal.
Very big
Maybe I
deal.
need to call an insurance company so I can get some wind and hail.
Which is another potential warning.
Probably. Good morning. Who's this?
Spectrum already has.
Deplorables.
Hello, adorable. How are you?
So, look, you lost the love for me. Where's the question for Dr. Rose? What happened last week?
Written down to ask her this week. Yep. Remember, Kelly wrote it down.
I wrote it down.
I thought you were going to do it last week. You wrote it down last week. You
No,
don't
it's
wanna
last
answer?
week we asked you about it.
It's right here. Matter of fact,
We got it waiting for
I got it
Wednesday.
right here. It's sitting right
Yeah,
here. in
what
front of
day
my
was
computer.
that? Give me the day. It was before Wednesday last week.
I don't know.
Yes. Put the dates on them from now on. Come on.
Okay. I'll do that next time.
Fine.
So
Sorry.
I got an answer for you guys for the insurances.
Let's hear it.
Universal health care, universal house insurance, and universal car insurance. What do you think of that?
Paid for by whom?
We're going to pay, and the government is going to just like universal health insurance, like
I'm-
everybody else has.
Oh, like
I'm
Obamacare?
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help you. Run.
Yeah.
Run.
When we get insurance, well, look what the insurances of these greedy, you know what I mean. All right? Look what they're doing to you, and now you're juggling to see what you're going to do about it. Okay? The greed is, and then they can get up and leave the state anytime they want. Is that what you want?
For them to get up and leave the state anytime they want?
Yeah. You said
No.
some of ask greed. She said about 3 insurance companies packed up and left.
Yeah, but we've had more to come in, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And for how long are they going to stay till they move?
I don't know. We've got some that have been here forever, and they're still here.
You get the government to start paying for we pay the government for health insurance. They cover us from head to toe. We pay for our houses. It's a pool for 320 million people. It's a pool. We all pay that money. It doesn't matter if you have hail or storm or a flood or your house gets burned. It gets paid because everybody pays this and paid right away. You don't have to put up with this BS that these companies are trying to do. Same thing with your car. You pay for your car, universal. If anything happens to your car, you go fix it, put the claim in, and you get your money. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, Kelly.
Yes.
What is it that you don't understand about Section 3
What's
of
section
the
3?
14th Amendment?
14th Amendment.
What are you saying? What's Section 3
You
say?
say that he hasn't been convicted and proof and this and that. If you read the Section 3 that Rayford just read to you, it doesn't say anything or anything like that. It says if you were involved in an insurrection, you're not fit to run for office again. It's simple, period. That's what it says. Now, anybody who's English knows exactly what that means. Trying to turn it over and come up with other stuff, how does that help anything?
Here's the reason that was adopted in the first place in
It
1868.
doesn't matter why. It's in the Constitution.
Civil War.
The Constitution doesn't say the Constitution is there forever. It doesn't say because they did it then and doesn't apply now. If it doesn't apply now, then let them take it out. It applies now. So people like that to come in and do this.
Okay,
now.
but let me explain to you, Theo, why it was adopted in the first place. Then we'll discuss why it is should be a part of what we do now. And I would say that it was adopted right after the Civil War to keep people like Jefferson Davis and other individuals, Robert E. Lee, or anybody else from running for public office who fought against the Union at that time during the Civil War. That was the reason it was put in there. That was only one part of this amendment, the 14th Amendment. The other part of it, it gave citizenship, naturalized or whether they were born here, to all of the slaves who were freed. It gave them citizenship in this country. That was the purpose. That was the initial purpose of the 14th Amendment. Then down in Section 3, it says, as you heard me read earlier on, that if anybody who has previously sworn an oath to support the Constitution of these United States, if they are involved in basically any rebellion or insurrection, or given aid or comfort to enemies thereof, then they would not be eligible to run for public office, period. That's basically what it says. Now, if other parts of our Constitution will tell you that any person accused of a crime is innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
So you got conflicting areas here. Those are the areas I have concern with. Do I want Donald Trump to be the next president? Hell no.
Was he involved in an insurrection in your eyes?
I in my eyes, I can tell you. No, I can tell you that I do not know what part he played in it. I know what part I have seen. Do I approve of it? Absolutely not. He was still a sitting president at the time. That's the part that disturbs me more than anything else.
Was that an insurrection for you or not?
I think the insurrection came when they stormed the Capitol.
That's a given.
Mm-hmm.
What part did he play in?
Yeah,
it?
the question is.
For you?
Me? Yeah. I think it's a fine line. I think
it's a fine
that that you have a group of followers that believe Trump can do no wrong. And if he says, let's go to the Capitol and fight, all right, what did he mean by that? But you have your forever Trumpers that took that as meaning, let's go burn the place down.
I don't want to know what the forever Trumpers mean, because there's like two Republicans now. There's the mega Republicans and scared mega Republicans. Those are the only two Republicans that are around now.
I think that he was wrong in the fact that he sat there in his little dining room all afternoon watching it unfold on TV and refused to do anything about it.
Agreed.
I have issues with that. He was president of the United States
But
at that time.
does that mean he's guilty of insurrection? Because he did.
There's that
There's a
whole
difference.
14th
Let me
Amendment.
ask you another question.
Okay.
There was 5 different groups that went there. The Proud Boys,
Right.
the Oath Keepers, the
Right.
3%ers, the QAnons, and of course the famous one, the Tea Partiers. Those 5 groups were there. What did you think was going to happen when they brought those 5 groups together? Rayford?
Who brought them together?
Brought
Who brought them
themselves.
together? Who do you think brought them together? You're not listening to the news?
But there was more than just those
The
groups
news?
there.
There were lots of other people there.
There were a whole lot of other people there that don't support any of those groups. I think all those groups are awful. Every single
I
one
know
of
a
them.
lot of people that went, and they're great people. They didn't go there to
You got
take
1,200 people that are in jail right now because of
out of
somebody thought that
thousands.
the voting was fraud. Didn't the people vote in 2020 that they didn't want him in? Didn't they vote? Wasn't that a vote?
Yes, it
And
was.
He went to overturn it, and he went to overturn it. What does that mean to you, Rayford?
Well, he was
Means sore
exercising his,
loser.
he's sore
He's a
loser,
sore
but
loser.
he was exercising
Yeah.
his
Sore
right.
loser?
Yeah, it's a sore loser. Whining about that. I do not think that the election was stolen. I'm gonna go ahead and
I
say
do
that
not
right now.
either.
I mean, it was
He
a
lost.
vote. He lost.
We're
He
not
just
talking
lost.
about you. We're talking about the middle. You want to vote. You're going to vote in for a president again. He didn't agree with the vote. Suppose he loses again this time. What's he going to do next, Kelly? What do you expect him to do? How many more groups he's going to bring together?
I don't know. So don't lump Kelly in. I never said I was voting for Trump.
No, but you're excusing him. The Constitution says anybody
I'm not
who was
excusing
involved
him.
in an insurrection, not guilty or not guilty, anybody involved in an insurrection is not fit to run again.
But
Because they
define
qualify.
involved.
That's
Simple.
right. I
It's
mean,
simple.
Okay, then let me go. Then let me bring up a different thing. It's not about a president, but it is about a member of Congress. If a member of Congress urges people to riot because they feel marginalized, is that not an insurrection? Shouldn't they be like impeached out of Congress?
yeah, you've had some
If he
representatives
finds
do that.
If it's an insurrection, yeah, he's got to be out of there. I don't care if he's or a Republican. If he was involved in an insurrection, no matter if he's an officer of the United States and took the oath of the Constitution, then yeah, he can't run anymore. That's all there is to it. Get
Okay,
him
good.
out.
I'm glad you said that. That's good to know.
Of course, I'm going to say that. I'm not giving any passes to Democrats. The laws are the laws, and people have to be accountable for what they do wrong. That's all. It's as simple as that.
Do you not believe that the Supreme Court will make the right call?
No.
Really?
Did you hear what the president's lawyer, the woman's lawyer, said the other day? That Kavanaugh, the president did him a favor, so we expect him to do something. So right there, he should accuse himself because of that. Then you got Clarence Thomas. His wife was involved. She was calling Mark Meadows to make sure that we don't count this vote. He should recuse himself because his wife was right on this stuff. So you got two of them that should recuse themselves. Will they do it? No. So how's it going to be fair? Where do you think they're going to go? You tell me.
First mistake is listening to the biased news media.
I just think my issue I have is that because no one has defined his role, I think you're just setting a danger on both sides if you start twisting things to suit one group or another's agenda. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want Donald Trump running. I wish he had never thrown his hat back in the ring. I think he's muddy in the waters. But I mean, so I am not pro-Trump at all. But I think you are setting it goes, a precedent, because what's going to stop another group from accusing another person and it just seems almost like voter tampering. When you try to take people off a ballot, that's all I'm saying. Whether it's Trump, whether it's a Democrat, whoever, it doesn't matter. If you can't clearly define their role, people are going to start using this to suit their own gain. And that is a problem.
We have to be smart, and some of us have to do the right thing and speak out. Look how many electors. 5 different states had fake electors that went to change the vote. That's over 60, close to 50, 60 people. Some of them are going to go to jail. How many Republicans have gone to jail because of Trump? How many? How many more you want to put in there?
Well, if they do wrong, they should all go.
All of them.
I don't care who they. If you do wrong, go to jail for it. Bottom line.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
You feel so strongly about the 14th Amendment, or do you think the same thing? Do you feel as strongly about the Second Amendment?
The Second Amendment?
Yes.
No.
No, I don't.
Well,
I knew we didn't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not a gun person. That
You don't have to be a gun person.
you have a gun, and there's so many guns around here. People are getting killed and everything. Look what's happening to kids. The number one killer. I mean, you want to live with that? Go ahead. I'm not that kind of guy. I wasn't brought up that
Well,
way.
do you think we have the
Okay?
right to bear arms, though?
Yeah, you have the right to bear arms. Okay, now that you specified, you have the right to have a gun.
Right.
But
Thank
what
you.
kind of gun and how many guns and all
Doesn't-
that stuff?
does not say how
I'm not
many.
into that. I'm not into that. Okay.
It didn't mention how many anywhere in the Constitution.
Okay. But you see that most of the people that are getting in trouble in these mass shootings, they go to their homes and they're loaded with guns.
Yeah.
What
Well,
for?
my
If
home
you're gonna
was
protect
loaded.
yourself, if you're really true about the Second Amendment, maybe one or two guns. If you're a hunter, that's altogether different. But if you need one gun or two guns but when you get an arsenal and you got AR-15s, come on.
Or 15.
Okay.
I'm not
You
giving
have
out what I
AR-15.
have.
Just watch your children. That's all I can say, so they don't get a hold of those things. Okay.
Well, my kids
Just
are
make
grown.
sure your safety first.
Well, I'm just training for a zombie apocalypse. That's why I have mine. Something to say.
Phil, we got to go. We're running a little bit late, sir. Thank you for your call.
Bye,
Happy New Year,
Thea.
and I'll talk to you soon.
It's always good to hear
Bye,
from you.
Thea.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom, 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Welcome to Lane Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane and Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with care, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane and Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane and Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane and Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm your own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner insurance.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services or scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only carpet protection and warranty for all pets. All accidents all the time because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech, luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's for pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. The more than floors, it's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it. It's the 51st Annual Trenton Volunteer Fire Department EMS Annual Farm Equipment and General Auction, Jones County Fairgrounds. Trenton, come to buy. Saturday, January 13th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. Bring your items to sell Thursday, January 11th and Friday, January 12th, and come to buy. There will be farm equipment, including tractors, plows, harvesters, combines, trailers, and sprayers. Truck, dump, grain, and pickups. Miscellaneous items such as cars, boats, campers, tools, furniture. A flea market with household items, toys, antiques, just about everything. Even bulldozers and backhoes. Booth rentals are available, and there will be a homemade bake sale. Country cooked barbecue and chicken place will be available. There will be 7 auctioneers and over 5,000 people in attendance. The Freedom 97.1, 11:20 a.m. crew will be broadcasted live. That's me, your buddy Hollywood, 11 to 1. For more information, contact Broad Company, 252-448-2161. After 6 p.m., call 252-448-4161 or 252-448-4441. Be a part of the fun and excitement of the 51st Annual Trenton Volunteer Fire Department and EMS Annual Farm Equipment and General Auction, Saturday, January 13th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. Wismart and Chappie's Chicken. And for over 50 years, Great Gas and Oil Company has kept our community comfortable year-round with quality heating and cooling products and dependable service. In addition to heating and air conditioning service, Great Gas and Oil Company does generators, tankless water heaters, and quality appliance repair. For service, phone 910-347-7138. 138. Owned operated by Jerry and Jeff Allen and Bobby and Louise Williams.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. You know, Theo's always got some good opinion. I respect all of his opinions. He's a good guy, all American.
I love Theo.
So, and he's got great opinions. Sometimes we don't agree, and sometimes I look at both sides, and sometimes others don't want to listen to both sides. That's a problem that we have across this country.
Well, the question I asked him about a senator, for example, or a congressman, whatever, came from 2019, urged people to riot if they feel marginalized.
Yeah.
But a riot could be considered insurrection.
That's a rebellion or insurrection.
and that's
what the 13th Amendment says. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Robin.
Hey, Robin. How are you?
Well, good morning, Commissioner.
Yeah, good morning. I was briefed last night a little bit on the insurance thing that's happening in here. That's a concern of ours, and I'm sure Tim and I will address it tomorrow. So we've got some thoughts and our ideas to oppose this. That's going to be a big, significant jump in insurance costs for homeowners here. And we just can't idly stand by and not voice our concerns or spread those concerns up to Raleigh, because I think this is ridiculous. Because the insurance rates keep getting higher. I know myself, I was affected. My home insurance had already gone up last year, along with car insurance, and there's not a ceiling to this. And I don't know whose pocket they're trying to line, or let's big CEOs.
Let me ask you a question, Rob. Insurance company?
Negative. So that's my thing. You see all these big executives that are sitting there giving themselves bonuses, increasing their salaries, while at the same time taking all that money from the hard working people, everybody you may live in, and trying to increase the rates. North Carolina is one of the highest insurance rates in the union, for that matter, for car insurance and property insurance, and it's got to stop. And those people on the beach, you can say whatever you want, but those people have the right to live out. Your insurance jacked up all the way to the heights of heaven. I mean, for goodness sakes, man, enough's enough. So, but we're going to be addressing that, and I know it's a concern of myself and Chairman Foster. Like I said, we discussed it a little bit, and we'll elaborate it on a little more tomorrow when we come on the show.
Yeah. Well, and at the same time, those people living on the beach now, and I don't even want to live on the beach. Too much sand, and I'd like to live on the wood. I don't want to live on the beach, but they do have a right to live there. And I grew up in this area many years ago, and you could get property at the beach for a 50-foot lot, for like $500 back then. People would buy a lot there, start building a little, very conservative, small place, and then planning to retire there. So market values go up, the insurance rates go up, everything goes out of sight, and by the time they're ready to retire, they don't have a place anymore. They can't afford it.
Well, it's the same here. My house is insured for about up to $700,000, and I did that because of the rising inflation. And there's so many factors that go into this, especially our economy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But to use the excuse of the rising inflation rate to jack up the prices, I think this is these people are sitting there like vultures, just wait for somebody to die and pick at their bones, and that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's disgusting. You can cite the inflation rates all you want, but I look at it as these individuals taking advantage of the situation, advantage of the economy at the expense of the citizens. And I don't think that's right at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I have to agree with you. All right, looking forward to it tomorrow morning. Is you and Tim tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, sound like a winner. Appreciate it.
All right.
Take care. Be safe.
Well, you think about it. Not only does it increase our property, our affect our pocketbooks, it's going to affect the county's pocketbook greatly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because everything that they have insurance on. Sure.
I think the whole thing was BS. So.
Well, there's something rotten in Denmark, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Totally rotten.
Well, the ones that benefit the most are these huge insurance conglomerates. These, like our local insurer.
The local agents, don't blame them.
Don't blame them. They're not going to get much
They're
out
the
of
working
this.
stiffs.
These
They're
are
the brick
these
agents.
Big companies. Right. But our local agents, I imagine right now that they're just as upset at this as we are.
Yeah. I can just see a whole lot of people whose homes are paid for saying, screw you. I'll save that $2,025 a year.
Right. My home is paid for, but I'm afraid that I have insurance.
That's the problem. They got us over a barrel.
I'm so scared that I have it. That's why I made him get more than what we have.
Wind and
we
hail.
have wind and hail too.
Yeah, that's very important.
After what happened to my daughter's house in Florida, I will absolutely always have wind and hail. Yeah.
But you should be able to afford your insurance.
Absolutely.
And that's a problem for a lot of the senior citizens.
It is.
That are retired.
Fixed income.
Fixed income.
On low incomes. I mean, these people are in fact trying to make people have to choose between not having insurance and eating and paying their bills. And this is unacceptable.
Same thing with Big Pharma.
Yes. And they better not spout this inflation, because then I'm going to go pull every single insurance company's profit last year. And I think we are all going to vomit.
Look at their bonuses.
And look and see how much the CEO is paid.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell me you need to raise our rates. Okay. No way.
We will see you tomorrow morning. The commissioners, Vice Chairman Robin Knapp and Chairman Tim Foster will join at 7:30 in the morning, and we will be discussing insurance, and it's going to impact each and every one of you one way or the other. Right now, it's going to be Fox News break. After that, at about 10 o'clock this morning, another dose of our Daily D's with Rick D in the house, and then he will hand it off this afternoon, 5 hours later, to the man, the chairman of the board, the man, Chris Mann, Hollywood.
That's right.
Hollywood.
Our buddy.
All right. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Say there aren't enough cuts in the federal funding agreement announced by congressional leadership. Tennessee Republican Tim Burchett tells Fox they promised their constituents big cuts during